It was a day like no other. The sun hung high over the rolling hills of Galilee, casting a golden glow over the thousands of people who had gathered. Men, women, and children had followed Jesus for miles, drawn to his words, words that carried wisdom, hope, and life. No one had planned for such a long stay. They had come, eager to listen, losing track of time as they sat on the grassy hillside, completely captivated by his teachings. Hours passed. The sun began to dip lower in the sky. Hunger crept in. Whispers spread among the crowd. How will we eat? Should we leave and find food? But what if he speaks again and we miss it? Even the disciples, those closest to Jesus, began to worry. There was no food, no nearby village to buy anything, and no way to feed so many. But then, something unexpected happened. Among the sea of people, a young boy stepped forward. In his hands, he carried a simple meal, 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. It was barely enough for one family, let alone thousands. Yet it was all he had. With a trusting heart, he offered it. Jesus took the bread and fish in his hands. The crowd grew silent. The disciples looked at him, unsure of what he would do. Then he lifted his gaze toward heaven and gave thanks. As he broke the bread, he handed pieces to the disciples. They in turn gave it to the people. At first it seemed ordinary, a piece of bread here, a piece of fish there. But then, something incredible happened. The food didn't run out. Basket after basket, handful after handful, the bread and fish multiplied. People ate and ate, more than they could have imagined. Parents fed their children, elderly couples shared warm smiles, and travelers who had once been hungry now sat back, completely satisfied. 5,000 men, thousands more women and children. And when it was over, when every person had eaten until they were full, the disciples gathered what was left, 12 baskets, more than what they had started with. What started as a small offering, given in faith, became a miracle. That day on the hillside, people saw something they would never forget. Jesus was more than a teacher. He was more than a healer. He was the one who could take what seemed impossible and make it more than enough. How often do we feel like we don't have enough? Not enough time, not enough strength, not enough resources. But this story shows us something powerful. It's not about how much we have. It's about whose hands we place it in. The boy didn't wait until he had more. He simply gave what he had, and Jesus did the rest. So the question is, what's in your hands today? No matter how small it seems, when placed in the hands of God, it can be more than enough.